You gave them everything. Your time, your energy, your loyalty. You bent over backwards to help them succeed. You forgave when they hurt you. You stayed quiet when they disrespected you. And then one day, you needed them. Just once. And they looked right through you, like you never existed. That moment broke something inside you, didn't it? Here's the truth. Nobody wants to say out loud. Kindness without power doesn't make you good. It makes you invisible. It makes you a doormat. It makes you the person everyone uses and nobody respects. And the worst part? You did this to yourself. Machiavelli once wrote that men are quick to forget kindness, but slow to forget punishment. He wasn't being cruel. He was being honest. The world doesn't reward softness. It rewards strength that chooses restraint. There's a difference, a massive one. Most people never see this. They think being kind means being weak. They think having boundaries makes you cold. They confuse compassion with doormat behavior. And they spend their entire lives wondering why people walk all over them. If you've been through this, you know the feeling. That sinking realization that your kindness was never valued. It was exploited. Let me show you what actually happens when you're kind without power. Not what you hope happens, what really happens in the human brain. When you help someone without establishing boundaries, their brain doesn't register gratitude the way you think it does. It registers opportunity. Subconsciously, they're thinking, this person will give without asking for anything back. This person is safe to take from. You become predictable, and predictable people get used. Here's what most people never see. Respect isn't given to the nicest person in the room. It's given to the person who has something valuable and controls access to it. Your kindness becomes worthless the moment it's unlimited. Not because people are evil, because that's how human psychology works. Think about water. When it's scarce, it's precious. When it's everywhere, nobody thinks twice about it. Your kindness works the same way. When you give it freely to everyone, it loses all meaning. Nobody fights to keep something they can get anytime they want. They won't admit it. But the people who took your kindness for granted knew exactly what they were doing. They sensed your need to be liked. They felt your fear of conflict. They recognized your desperation to be seen as good. And they used it. Not because they're monsters, because you taught them they could. Here's the part that hurts the most. Your kindness without power didn't just fail to earn respect. It actually created resentment. I know that sounds backwards. How could helping someone make them resent you? But it happens every single day. When you help people who didn't earn it, who didn't ask for it, who didn't value it, you create an uncomfortable dynamic. You put them in debt to someone they don't respect. And instead of feeling grateful, they feel annoyed, guilty, trapped by obligation to someone they see as beneath them. So they do one of two things. They either disappear to avoid the discomfort, or they find reasons to dislike you to justify not paying you back. Either way, you lose. Your generosity became the reason they pushed you away. Think about that. The very thing you thought would bring people closer drove them further. Because it wasn't coming from strength, it was coming from need. Most people never see this pattern until it's destroyed multiple relationships. The friend who stopped calling after you helped them move 3 times. The coworker who avoided you after you covered their shifts for months. The partner who left right after you sacrificed your dreams to support theirs. You thought you were building loyalty. You were actually building contempt. Here's the truth that changes everything. Power isn't the opposite of kindness. Power is what makes kindness matter. When you have power, boundaries, standards, the ability to walk away, your kindness becomes a gift, not a given. People treat gifts differently than garbage. They cherish what they might lose. They ignore what they know will always be there. Think about the people who command respect in your life. Are they the ones who say yes to everything? Are they the ones who never set limits? Are they the ones who forgive instantly without consequences? Never. The people you respect are the ones who help you on their terms, not yours. The ones who say no when something doesn't serve them. The ones who make you earn their time and energy. Their kindness feels special because it's rare, because it comes with the unspoken message, I'm choosing to help you, but I don't need to. That's power. That's what you've been missing. Kindness backed by power says, I can hurt you, but I choose not to. I can leave, but I'm choosing to stay. I have options, and I'm selecting you. That kind of kindness creates loyalty. It builds real relationships. It commands respect. Kindness without power says, please like me. Please don't leave me. I'll do anything to keep you around. That kind of kindness creates users. It attracts parasites. It guarantees betrayal. Let me show you how this plays out in real behavior. Watch what happens when powerless kindness meets the real world. You help someone once. They thank you. They smile. They seem grateful. So you help them again, and again, and again. Each time the gratitude gets a little weaker. The thank you becomes more casual. The acknowledgement disappears completely. Then one day, you don't help. Maybe you're busy. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you just need something for yourself for once. And watch their reaction. Not gratitude for everything you did before. Anger that you're not doing it now. Resentment that you broke the pattern because you trained them. You taught them that your kindness is a right, not a privilege. You made yourself the person who gives without receiving. And the moment you stopped, you became the bad guy in their story. They won't admit it, but they never saw you as generous. They saw you as weak. As someone who needs to give to feel valued. As someone without the power to say no. And weakness doesn't inspire gratitude. It inspires exploitation. Here's what most people never see. The same person who ignores your kindness will chase someone else's. The same person who took you for granted will work hard to impress someone who barely notices them. Not because that other person is better. Because that other person has power. Has boundaries. Has standards. They make people work for their attention, and work creates value. Easy creates contempt. So what do you do with this information? How do you fix years of conditioning that told you kindness means unlimited availability? You stop being kind to everyone. You start being kind to the deserving. You stop helping people who wouldn't help you. You start investing in people who've proven their loyalty. You stop forgiving without consequences. You start remembering who hurt you and acting accordingly. This doesn't make you cold. This makes you smart. This makes you someone who values themselves enough to demand reciprocity. This makes you dangerous in the best possible way. Here's the shift. Your kindness is no longer a plea for acceptance. It's a reward for earned respect. You don't give it hoping people will like you. You give it because someone proved they deserve it. And watch what happens. Watch how differently people treat you when your kindness is scarce. When they know you'll walk away if they disrespect you. When they understand that access to you is a privilege that can be revoked. Suddenly they pay attention. They show up. They reciprocate. They value what they know they can lose. Most people never see this. They keep giving and giving, wondering why nobody gives back. They think the problem is other people. The problem is the dynamic they created by being kind without power. Machiavelli understood something most people refuse to accept. Being loved is beautiful. Being feared is useful. But being dismissed is fatal. When your kindness comes from weakness, people dismiss you. They love what you give, but they don't respect who you are. They'll take everything you offer and still treat you like you don't matter. Because in their eyes, you don't. But when your kindness comes from strength, everything changes. When people know you could destroy them, but choose not to. When they know you could leave, but decide to stay. When they understand your help is a choice, not a compulsion. They treat you differently. They remember your kindness. They protect the relationship. They reciprocate your energy, not because they're better people. Because you established yourself as someone with power who chooses to be kind, not someone without power who needs to be nice. There's a reason powerful people's kindness gets remembered while weak people's kindness gets forgotten. Power makes kindness meaningful. Weakness makes it invisible. Think about a king who shows mercy. Everyone talks about it. It becomes legend. Why? Because the king has the power to destroy, and he chose compassion instead. His kindness carries weight, because it's backed by the ability to do otherwise. Now think about a beggar who shares his bread. Noble? Sure. Memorable? Rarely. Why? Because everyone expects the powerless to be kind. There's no choice in it. No weight. No consequence if they weren't. Your kindness without power is the beggar's bread. Well-intentioned, but ultimately forgettable. So here's what you need to understand. Right now. Today. Before you waste another year of your life being kind to people who don't deserve it. Kindness is not a strategy for being liked. It's a reward for those who've earned it. Your time is not unlimited. Your energy is not infinite. Your forgiveness is not guaranteed. And the moment you start acting like these things have value, people start treating them like they do. Stop giving yourself away to people who wouldn't give you a second thought. Stop helping people who disappear when you need them. Stop being the person everyone calls when they want something, and nobody calls to check if you're okay. That version of you is dead. Let it stay dead. The new version understands that power without kindness is tyranny, but kindness without power is suicide. You need both. Strength that chooses mercy. Boundaries that allow generosity. The ability to walk away that makes people want you to stay. When you combine power with kindness, you become something rare. Someone people actually respect. Someone whose help means something. If you've changed, they're waiting to see if you've changed. They're waiting to see if you'll go back to being that person they could use whenever they wanted. Don't give them the satisfaction. Let your absence teach them what your presence couldn't. Let your boundaries show them what your kindness tried to earn. Let your power prove what your weakness never could. You were never too kind. You were kind to the wrong people, in the wrong way, for the wrong reasons. Fix that, and everything changes. The world doesn't need your kindness. It needs your discernment, your strength, your refusal to be taken for granted ever again. Here's the truth. Kindness without power always backfires. Not sometimes, always. Because it teaches people that you're safe to disrespect, that you'll accept anything, that you need them more than they need you. And the moment people believe that, you've already lost. So stop being endlessly kind. Start being powerfully selective. Because respect isn't earned by giving everything. It's earned by knowing when to give nothing at all. And that lesson? That's the one that will change your life. Now tell me, who took your kindness for granted? Drop their role in the comments. Just the relationship. No names needed. Co-worker, friend, family, partner. Let me know. Because seeing the pattern is the first step to breaking it. And if this hit different, if this explained years of confusion in 10 minutes, subscribe to this channel right now. This isn't motivation. This is the truth most people are too comfortable to hear. But you're not most people anymore. You're done being kind without power. And that makes you dangerous in the best possible way. Welcome to the other side.